A new at-home blood test is making it more convenient for people to detect their risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Quest Diagnostics just offered the kit. It's new. It's cost about $399. So you make an appointment to get your blood drawn, and then you check your results on an online portal. The test is aimed at anyone 18 and older who's suffering from mild memory loss or has a family history of Alzheimer's. Board-certified neurologist Dr. Tom Pitts joins us now. Hey there, Dr. Pitts. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Morning.
I want to talk about this test. Explain to us how it works and how can it detect the risks even before somebody might have symptoms?
Well, thanks for having me on. I can tell you the underlying theme of this whole talk is this is a confirmatory, not a predictive test. And like you mentioned in the intro, it is for people that have memory issues to detect if that is from Alzheimer's or not. It will not predict someone with no issues. It will not predict your risk of getting Alzheimer's. Remember, genetic Alzheimer's are only 1% of this whole group of people. And of that 1%, we can only test 3 or 4 genes. So we can only genetically test 11% of 1% of the population and tell you at age like 18, you're going to have Alzheimer's 50-50 by 60, 62. This test detects abnormal protein ratios, which occur once the disease has started. So its utility, the medicines we have currently, minus the new ones that are coming out, have traditionally just slowed the progression. So we want to detect it as early as possible. So if someone comes in at 59, 58, and says, I have memory issues, we want to get that medicine on board before it gets bad. So we can slow the progression as early as possible. So this test, in its utility, even on the label, Quest label, it's for people that have memory issues. The doctor suspects Alzheimer's but isn't sure, and we confirm it this way. Instead of taking you to the hospital and doing a spinal tap, which we've always been able to do, the same as this test, it's just invasive, and this is much more convenient.
Yeah, people are saying that this could really be a game changer when it comes to Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's research.
Absolutely. I mean, again, my underlying theme is, don't let 18-year-olds who don't sleep well, don't exercise, start testing for Alzheimer's, because it ain't going to show up and it's a waste of money and time. But that being said, I would tell you that it's a game changer for people that, a lot of people at age 70, age 80, when it's already really bad, we're just starting a medicine. It would be really nice to have someone who's maybe on that early border, right when the disease is presenting. We call it mild cognitive impairment, where it could just be from age, maybe some word finding, simple slip-ups. It'd be really nice to get tested then and start a medicine immediately if you're starting to accumulate these abnormal proteins.
I do want to present some of the criticisms, though, here. Some people say it's a little pricey. It's about $400. Some doctors fear that people who test positive but don't have any symptoms then might come looking for a treatment that just isn't there. What would you say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the price tag, $400. I mean, we know our medical system is a for-profit entity. I mean, make no mistake, Quest appears noble. It's a medical lab. It's a for-profit business, right? So we'd have to look into, I'm not an expert in this, but we'd have to look in what the cost is to actually produce that. And I'll bet there's a windfall profit there, no doubt. But that being said, if you were somebody, so it's a waste of money for the 18-year-old that gets it when they could just, exercise, go to the doctor, and maybe find a more common cause. It's probably a good investment for somebody who's like, hey, I'm 64 and I'm not sure if I'm just slipping up once in a while because I'm older or because I have Alzheimer's and I want to start a medicine as soon as I can. That's probably $400 well spent then.
Sure. I think a lot of people could definitely argue that. Really quickly here, I do want to ask you, with about 30 seconds left here, how do you think this could change the future of Alzheimer's as we move forward?
Well, the next step is taking this test and learning how to really predict earlier if you're going to get it. And the way to do that is by looking at glial function. The proteins accumulate after these vacuum cleaners in the brain can't clear the debris. The protein goes up, we can measure it. It'd be nice to measure the next step, the next root cause, glial cell dysfunction. So this is a promising entryway into further research.
Absolutely. All right, Dr. Tom Pitts, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.